this to start off. You keep him away from me, he's going to try to steal my wallet. I know how your people are. I mean, short-haired people. Anyway, introducing team number 1. First, the tattooed soldier, the new age submission magician, because I like to mix a lot of nicknames into one. Very, Kerry, awful. And his partner, the man of the 21st century, the Vice, Norte. Together, they form the WhiteOut.
Y'all WhiteOut? Y'all like them? Well, all I hear is a bunch of garbage coming out of y'all mouth from all these fans. Y'all can kiss our ass. How about that? Yeah. And if y'all WhiteOut for this night, me and Nick Iggy, we're black magic. How about that?
Wrestling fans, their opponent first. Give it up for Athleticism Personified, Shawn Hoodrich. And his partner, he's the Magic Man, Nick Iggy.
Hey, you're terrible on the line.
Now, wrestling fans.
Amazing, you shut your mouth.
Nick White, wrestling fans, a stipulation here. Commissioner Gordon will be handcuffed to you. Let's go. Nick White going to be handcuffed to Commissioner Gordon.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Take that.
Well, I don't think Nick would have minded being handcuffed to Gordon if Gordon had brought some pie.
Circulation. You're big and you're rude. And I don't particularly care for you right now. Ralph Macchio's good God.
Well, Nick White and Commissioner Pie Guy Gordon handcuffed together.
Did you even bring on burritos?
Oh, look, we got chairs for them, too.
What about pie?
Meanwhile, we've got all the wrestlers in the ring, and we're ready to go. So we have two members of WhiteOut 2.0 on one side of the ring, Kerry Awful and Chris Norte, and they are taking on the self-proclaimed Black Magic team of Nick Iggy, the Magic Man, and Athleticism Personified, Shawn Hoodrich. Of course, Iggy has had his problems with WhiteOut the past few weeks. Hoodrich came out to even up the odds last week. So the Magic Man, Nick Iggy and Chris Norte are in the ring. Iggy with a headlock. Iggy leapfrogs. Norte leapfrogs. Norte starts a monkey flip Iggy, but Iggy goes around, grabs his legs, and pulls him into a pinning predicament. And there's Iggy with another pinning predicament. And make that 3 in a row. Well, Iggy got 2 on that one, and Norte rolls out to the floor. And now we're going to have a little WhiteOut meeting here. Nick White wants to get up, but he is handcuffed to Commissioner Gordon, and therefore they can't. Now, if you got a bucket of popcorn and you put it between Iggy and Gordon, I wonder which one would get the popcorn. Iggy with a tag on Athleticism Personified Shawn Hoodrich, and Norte also made the tag on Kerry Awful. Hoodrich with some white jabs. Oh, a little obscene gesture, followed by a fourth jab at Awful. Hoodrich whips Awful across. There's a lariat. Hoodrich showing off some MMA skills with those knee strikes. There's a drop kick. Awful rolls to the corner. Hoodrich with a backsplash on Awful. As now we have Deputy Commissioner Wayne Hackney and Popeye trying to keep the fans at bay with Nick White. Hoodrich pulls out Awful and slams him on the mat. There's a cover. Only two. Hoodrich spins around and kicks Awful in the head. There's a cover. Norte kind of reaches in and gently taps Hoodrich off the cover, and referee Charlie Owens not going to be cool with that. Now Awful calling timeout. Knuckle lock time. Hoodrich pulls Awful's. Oh, Nick White's already predicting what's going to happen, and it does, as Hoodrich stomps Awful's fingers. Awful reverse whips Hoodrich into Norte boot. Hoodrich swings at Norte. Awful with an atomic drop. Running boot to the face, and down goes Hoodrich. Only two. Awful with an armbar on Shawn Hoodrich, as Nick White and Gordon are leading dueling cheers. More people listening to Gordon than Nick White, though. And the Iggy sign being held up. Meanwhile, Kerry Awful working on the arms of Shawn Hoodrich. Oh, pulling back on the hand now. Awful pulling back on both the arms in some fashion. Now some kicks to the ribs. Awful over to elbow Nick Iggy, drawing him into the ring, and Charlie Owens going to have to chase Iggy out. Meanwhile, a false tag, and here's Norte. Norte back to the arm working. clothesline, and down goes Hoodrich. But Iggy in to break up the count, and once again, Charlie Owen is going to have to tend to Iggy and remind him not to enter the match without benefit of a tag. Norte now with a top wrist lock on Hoodrich. Hoodrich pushing Norte back. Hoodrich made a tag, but Awful had come in the ring distracting Charlie Owen. Now Charlie Owen just caught in the middle between everybody. And Shawn Hoodrich is in the whiteout corner, which is not a place he wants to be. Awful with a step-up kick off the apron on Hoodrich. And here we go with a tag, and Awful in the ring legally. Awful with a boot to the chin of Shawn Hoodrich. Awful, a couple of spin kicks and puts Hoodrich down on the mat. Awful with an arm breaker. Awful now pulling back on the hand of Hoodrich and by association pulling back on the arm. And Awful biting Hoodrich's fingers, but he doesn't know where those fingers have been. Now pulling back on the arm. Referee Charlie Owen checking for possible submission or illegal activities. Hoodrich back to his feet and fighting off Awful. Hoodrich leapfrogs Awful. Oh, Awful with a spear. Catches Hoodrich, bounce off the ropes. There's a cover, but Iggy comes in to break it up. Awful now, fixing to do something bad to Hoodrich. Hoodrich catches him, giving him a spine buster. Both wrestlers down on the mat. Let's see who can get over and make the tag. And we got tags. Here comes Iggy and Norte. Iggy, forearms for everybody. Forearm for Norte, some kicks for Awful. Here's Hoodrich, and it's everybody in the pool. Here we go, stereo 10 punches. Meanwhile, Nick White wanting to get up. Oh, do-si-do. Iggy and Hoodrich get whipped into each other. What? Nick White goes for the power, but Gordon knocks it into his own face. Stereo roll-ups.
Wrestling fans, the winners of the match, the team of Shawn Hoodrich and Nick
So Nick White really did get whited out with powder.
Shawn Hoodrich and Nick Iggy, your winners tonight.
Hey, wait a minute. I think the water boy needs some water. He's talking about having a team called the WhiteOut. He got the WhiteOut. He's got the white powder all over him. Y'all need to take him back there and get some water. I can't. Stop that.
Hey, everybody, once again, give it up for Nick Iggy, Shawn Hoodrich. And give it up for Commissioner Gordon.
I can't see. This is criminal. I've been assaulted. I'm a manager.
Does anybody have any water for the water boy over here?
Well, that was probably a bad question.
I can't see. I'm going to get it next week. I'm going to get a plan.